Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Pisces, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. Excuse me, you should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your jumping card will serve as your actions and options card. But we'll start with your key to the week, which is the Lovers card, right? So if you are single, this could be a great week for meeting someone, connecting with someone. It does suggest that there are going to be probably a couple of options on the table. For a lot of you though, it does feel like this is a week where you're going to have to make a decision when it comes to love. So if this is you're in a relationship, if you're hoping to get into one, if there's someone around that you're kind of doing the dance with, but you don't really know where it's going or how it stands, etc. There's a feel here that you're having to make a choice. You're having to make a decision. Are you in? Are you out? If you're partnered or married, we're slightly different. Now, that being said, this is going to be a week that presents you with options, that presents you with choices, and it's going to be up to you to make them. All right. For your, if you haven't seen it, please check out your life path video. I work really hard on those every month to give you a different type of understanding or a different perspective on the energies that we're all going to be experiencing. If you don't know what your life path number is, there will be one of those things floating around somewhere to take you to a video to show you how to calculate your life path number. With that said, before we get into it, if you are a continued subby, you know I love you for it. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your actions and options card, you have the 10 of Pentacles. It flew right out of there. This is great for your money, for your finances, for your resources. This is great for your material advancement. This week, there is going to be something that aligns for you, something that really shows up. Now, we do have a lot of really weird, shaky energy this week, so you are going to have to keep your wits about you. This card is also very much about the home. So for some of you, this could be maybe you come to the realization that actually, you know what, that move that Raf's been talking about all this time that I never thought about is now time. For some of you, this might be deciding actually, you know what, I want to stay put. But there is going to be a consideration about the dwelling that you live in this week. But when it comes to your finances, your resources, there's a decision that you're making this week, right, that could have a big impact on your finances. And I actually feel like this could be for the better. For your communications and conversations, you have the Justice card, right? So choices, options, commitments, anything to do with ties, commitments, collaborations are highly featured for you this week. Now, for me personally, that Lovers card, specifically in the Ciro Marchetti deck there, it's sensual, it's sexy, it's, you know, deep, it's connected. So those things are going to come up for you in some way, shape or form, especially for those of you that are ascendant Pisceans, to a lesser degree the sun and the moon, because the energy of the new moon is happening in your 8th house, which is all to do with sex, death, rebirth, taxes, you know, all of the heavy and the taboo stuff, other people's money and finances and resources. And you've got the energy of Libra or the Justice card in your communications. This week, the energy or the spirit of negotiation is going to be really important for you. How you get what you get is sometimes just as important as how far you go or how far up the ladder you climb in work. So this week, your skills of diplomacy, your skills of tact, your skills of personal and personal and interpersonal connection and relationship and commitment and, you know, partnership, all of those things are coming up for you in the work sector for sure. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this is a new contract of some sort that's coming up. It could be Maybe you thought you were getting this and you're getting this. But remember, look, right, you've got that 10 of Pentacles. This is going to be good for you either way. So even if it doesn't look specifically how you wanted it to look, take time to consider it. Don't flat out just chuck it out because it doesn't look, you know, it's not wrapped in the bow that you expected it to be. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is a new contract of some sort that's coming in, but I kind of feel like there's this energy this week where it's like you could be getting into someone into bed with someone with business, and you could be getting into bed with someone in, you know, your personal life at the same time. Maybe there's an element here of whoever it is that you're interested in, you work with, or whoever you work with, you're interested in. There's definitely something here where there is a connection of some sort. Like it goes from being work to being something quite personal. And for now, I would say keeping it under wraps would probably be the wise thing to do. Not because I think there's anything wrong with it, but just because you're going to need to be careful. All right. With that said, for those of you that are retired, what is it that you're ready to rededicate yourself to? This week, I think you will find out. Like, this isn't about discovering your purpose. It's about realizing what your next purpose is. We have several, just like I believe we have several soulmates throughout a lifetime. We have several purposes. We have several jobs. We have several partners. We have several of everything. This week, it looks like you're figuring out what the next purpose for you is, right? That's going to take you on to the next one and the next one. For your love and relations, you have the Emperor, which is, so the Emperor is Aries, the Justice card is Libra, right? And it's very interesting that we've got the new moon happening in Libra this week, and then the full moon will take place in Aries at the end of the month. So this is you tapping into that. For some of you, this is the definite cementing of a relationship. This could be, because it's the Emperor, it could be with a boss, it could be with an authority figure, it could be with somebody that has a position of power or authority, but it could just as easily be somebody that works as a teacher, a professor, or maybe even somebody that works with the law. For those of you that are single, I like this. It looks like, I mean, for those of you that aren't in lockdown, it looks like you could be inviting somebody over, or maybe you're getting an invite to their place, which is nice. If you're in lockdown, whoever this person is, this is someone that you know. It's someone that you know through your work. I'm intrigued. I'm really, really intrigued. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this week, something about your commitment is going to shift, right? And you're going to understand it on a very different or a very deep level. And I have to be honest with you, for those Pisceans, and you'll know if I'm talking to you, some of you this week are going to look at your partner and go, do you know what? I've been an absolute idiot. So if you've given them a hard time, if maybe you've been more distracted because you're wondering, you know what, I don't even know if I want to be with you anymore or whatever. And then this week you could suddenly look at them and say, gosh, why was I even thinking about, do you know what I mean? Like there's something here that's making you reconsider your exit strategy. Very interesting. And then for your money and materials, as if it could get any better, you've got the 9 of Cups, right? With that 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups underneath the Justice card, that's the signing of a contract that is going to be financially very, very lucrative or very beneficial for you, that actually has really great long-term implications. With the 9 of Cups, in terms of your physical health and vitality, if there's something you've been wanting or needing to heal, or something that you've been wanting or needing to address with your health, this is a great week to get started. Yes, even with all the retrograde energy. Maybe don't do it exactly on the day of the new moon, because, yeah, but all in all, I actually think that could be quite nice for you. You've got this right underneath the Justice card. So the one thing that I will say to you is, this week you could really feel the throes of emotion, right? Like it's a stormy sea of emotion this week. It's also probably going to be a week where whatever your vices or, overindulgences are likely to be careful this week. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, for those of you that are planning to sell, or, you know, maybe lease or rent a home, this really suggests that actually you are getting a great deal or a great price for your home, which is phenomenal. I like that. I like that a lot. I actually think it could be really good for you. All right, for your new moon message, what is the new moon trying to show you or teach you? And for that, you get the Gate 48 and depth. And this card is about depth. It's about finding or taking the time to go deeper into something and be aware. So, and it's funny because this rune in the center, she's got the rune called Dagaz, which is the rune that's for the dawn of a new day. And the fact that this is the new moon messages, it's stop looking at the surface. You've got to go to the depths, right? And this week, especially with so much 8th house energy going on for you, you're having to really dig deep. It's not going to be like, you're going to have to look inside yourself and ask yourself, what am I ignoring? What do I know? What do I not know? What is it that I need to know? Give yourself over this week, right, to going deep, to going into the stuff that maybe you haven't allowed yourself to look into or to ask up until now. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.